Hey everyone, Shilstra Beauty here. Today I have a unique zombie themed stamping idea for you. If you like any of the products in the video, I'll have the links down below. Don't forget to use Chills10 for 10% off on Maniology.com for your stamping needs. Let's get started. This is NineZero Lacquer's New Growth. I used this on my pinky and also part of my index. This is beautiful. This is a micro glitter type spring green polish. I wanted to use it in this polish because I wanted a little bit, some extra punch, as you will see later on. Unfortunately, NineZero is currently on hiatus. She did have a baby. Hopefully she will come back because I love her polishes. So this is Rogue Lacquer's Tricks and Spoopy Traits from Polish Pickup of September of last month. This is what basically gave me the idea to do this zombie mani, the non-traditional type zombie theme. And so yes, this is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, this isn't available anymore. Maybe eventually you'll find it in a D-stash, but there's other polishes that are similar to this. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that Purpletonium from this new China Glaze collection was by far one of my absolute favorites. And yes, I had to use it. So I was so happy when the Rogue Lacquer little flecks matched this purple tone. And I was like, yes, you need to get on my fingers. So I put this on my middle finger because I wanted it to have its moment to shine on its own. Well, of course, with stamping on top. Then I used Bam White by Maniology. I just needed a base coat for the stamping that I'm going to place on top of it to pop. So that's what I just basically used. It is pretty opaque, so it's great as a base. And then the plate that we're going to be using today is the Halloween Treats Plate M248. This was a new plate that they came out with, and I'm literally in love with this. I don't know, zombie, food, kind of gross vibe. I don't know. I love this kind of weird stuff. So of course I used my Straight Up Black by Maniology for stamping polish. As usual, I went after this image that looks like, I guess, would be a typical type of dessert for zombies. That's what I'm thinking. So yes, of course I scraped, do the whole roll technique, and then I'm gonna fill this in with another polish. So I went with Sweet by Maniology, and yes, this is beautiful. I felt like this was like the perfect brain color, and I just sped this up, as you can see, so because nobody's got a million years to be waiting on this kind of stuff. And then after I fill in the worms, I go back in over with New Growth because I wanted that green to pop. Now before we go ahead and apply this, of course I had to put a liquid nail tape or my liquid latex on top, and then I use a sticky base coat after that because by that time that I was about to apply this decal, my polish was already dry. So I applied my sticky base and then I let it dry for about 45 seconds to a minute. And then as you can see here, I was just carefully trying to make sure that I wanted to line this up where it was going to be at. Once from there, I then pressed, rocked it a few times just to make sure I had a good stable hold. And then from there, I then slowly peeled it back, praying to the nail gods, and then I cleaned up off camera. I used 3 other colors. I used turquoise, caramel, and then sweet again for the ice cream skull sundae that you're about to see. Of course, I need my outline to be in the Straight Up Black, so I apply down my polish again, get a good amount on there, scrape it a couple times. I then, do the roll technique, and then from there, that's when I go in and I just finally do my detailing work. So I basically went back and forth between using a 106 detailing brush by Maniology and then just a dotting tool that I got from Amazon, which I mean, you can find those basically anywhere. As for the skull, what I did is I actually blended caramel and Bam White together to kind of get that off tone, off white color, because I didn't have anything like that in my stamping polish collection. I then go ahead and let it dry for a few moments, and then from there I've already applied another sticky base coat to my middle finger, and then I'm just trying to place this correct, because remember, I got that wonky middle finger, so I kind of just making sure that it was perfectly on there. I just rock it back and forth, making sure that it actually took, I guess, the hold of the stick. As for my ring finger, I went after this multiple ice cream / desserts idea. Again, back with the Straight Up Black as my outline. I scrape it a few times, and then from there I go ahead with the roll technique. So we're going to create another stamping decal. So I took the various stamping polishes, filled in, as you can see. Of course, I've spread up the process so you wouldn't have to be here for a bazillion years. And then after I let that dry a little bit, I then, same thing, sticky base coat as usual. And then I placed it carefully. I wanted that purple popsicle to show, but then I also wanted that big giant cone, as you can see, to pop up on that finger. So after the stamp, I then make sure I press down the images just to make sure that they are stuck to the nail and that when I do my cleanup, I don't have any issues. Of course, I had to use my smudge-free top coat by Maniology just because the fact that I worked so hard on this manicure, and I would have cried my eyeballs out if it would have smeared. So after a few minutes, I then let my smudge-free dry, and then I go in with my super chic lacquer, quick drying top coat to give it that extra glossy punch because I really wanted this manicure to have its oomph with the tones. I did think about putting a matte top coat, but then I was like, man, I've been doing too many matte ones, so let me give it some glossy time because I know some people are not really into matte and they prefer glossy, so there you go. Did you like this mani? Are you going to recreate it even though it took me a bazillion years? Let me know down below. I would love to see your responses. Plus, give this video a like, and if you enjoyed the content, think about joining the Chills crew if you haven't already. Believe me, you're going to want to because we got 2 videos coming out each week. If you're new, I have some playlists you can check out at the end of the video. Other than that, take care, stay chilly, and happy Halloween.